This segment is sponsored by Hollis Wright and Clay PC. Well, several more weeks left of summer vacation travel, meaning more summer fun, but also more car accidents as well. So what should you do if you're in a fender bender? Michael Eldridge with Hollis Wright and Clay has what to know this Tuesday morning. Good morning. How are you?
Thanks, Tony. Thank you for having us.
Summer vacations, you know all about them. You've been on 2 beach vacations this summer already.
I have. I've traveled through this state, and as we know, when summer rolls around, kids are out of school. We are in the car, and what we've seen is nationwide that the traffic is going to uptick, right? That people are in the car, they're going on vacations. And Alabama is unique, and you've been out on 65 or 331 or 231, especially on a Saturday. We just had 4th of July week. It is packed with people, and it's not all people from Alabama. You see those Tennessee license plates, those Kentucky license plates, those Texas license plates. And the reason it's unique is that we separate the rest of the country, right, from those vacation destinations. Those places in Florida, we have our own beaches. We have lakes like Martin, Logan Martin, and people are coming from other states into our state or through our state to get to those places. So what we see is there's a lot more car on the roads, and that's great for this state in a lot of ways. But for the citizens of this state and the people driving this state, it means that there are, unfortunately, more accidents. And we want to talk about what we need to do in those situations.
And you're a father of 2. You have a 3rd on the way. Congratulations on that. But you see all the time, you want to make sure you protect your family in the car, and you vacation a lot with your wife and kids. How does your firm help people in a crash?
Well, the first thing is through situations like this, right? The state of Alabama and Birmingham has given a lot to Hollis Wright, and so we like to come on to try to help and give advice in terms of what to do if you're in an accident. The first thing I always say is take care of yourself, right? If you are hurt very badly or someone is hurt very badly, you want to make sure that you get the correct medical aid, call 911, make sure the police are there. But if you're not in a situation where you're catastrophically injured or you're not incapacitated, what we say is that, and we have these smartphones, 20 years ago when I was in college, we just had those razor phones. They didn't take very good pictures.
Right.
But now we've got phones that take very, very good pictures, that can take videos. You can never recreate that scene exactly the way it was. And that information is so important in terms of how to deal with it down the road, especially if you need to get a lawyer involved. And how our firm helps is that if you're hurt by no fault of your own, and it was somebody else's fault, then we can investigate that. Number one, look to see what, most of the time there's going to be insurance involved, what insurance coverage there is, look at the liability factors if there's questions about who was at fault, and then figure out what damages we have. How injured were you? Medical bills. Are you out of work? Many factors that go in that, the pain and suffering that goes along with those things to get you a fair and just recovery for what you're out, not only from a property damage standpoint, but for yourself physically and from an injury standpoint.
And so what if the at-fault driver there who caused the accident has no insurance at all?
That's a really good question, and it's one that we get all the time, and we run across a situation, and you maybe ask them, because everybody knows in order to get a car, you've got to get insurance. It's required by law. Unfortunately, in this state, about 20% of people do not have insurance. So in those situations, the good news is that Alabama law also requires that automobile liability insurance policies carry what's called uninsured or underinsured motorist coverage that will step into place if you are hit or injured by someone who doesn't have insurance. So getting an attorney involved to be able to investigate that, to figure out what coverage we have, whether it be through the at-fault party or through your own insurance, in order to help you.
Of course, as you were saying, AAA was even talking about a record travel year for July 4th alone. So a lot of people on the road, including those huge commercial vehicles. Always a problem. They don't want to be, but sometimes with so much traffic on the road, they become an issue. What about an accident involving one of those commercial vehicles?
And like you said, they don't want to be, and that's exactly right. They're very important to the infrastructure of this country.
Absolutely. They keep us rolling,
That's
right?
exactly right. And so we, throughout every state in this country, and especially in the interstate, you see these, what we call tractor trailers or semis, but they do change the game a little bit. Number one, just from a size standpoint. So we're talking about the regular car is going to be 10 to 14 feet long. They're 72 feet long.
Wow.
They're about 2.5 times taller. They can weigh up to 80,000 pounds. The regular sedan weighs about 3,000 to 4,000 pounds. So much, much bigger, but they go the same speed. So accidents with semis or tractor trailers, usually the injuries and the damage is much more catastrophic. Also, there are different laws. They are governed by what's called the FMCSA, which is a federal law. And having a law firm that is versed in things like the FMCSA, that knows how to go in and look at these logbooks to make sure that these trucking companies and the truckers and their safety directors were doing what they were supposed to do, is vitally important. Because, and I used to defend trucking companies, so I know all about it, they will have boots on the ground and they will have people there that are investigating this from day one. So if you're involved in an accident or a crash with a tractor trailer, understand that after day one, you are a day behind. So you want to get someone involved very, very quickly that knows how to put these companies on notice and knows what to look for in terms of how to investigate those crashes.
And you want to make sure you call Michael's firm. He can connect you with all this information, also the talent needed to back you during such a claim. So, Michael, real quick, where should we learn more? Where should we go to learn how to connect with you guys?
Well, you can call us at Hollis Wright, 844 Law Talk, or 205-324-3600. You can look us up online. We're on Facebook, certainly on Google. It won't be hard to find us.
Michael Eldridge, keeping you and your family safe this vacation summertime season. Thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you.
Great job. A lot of good information.